Chapter 9, Imposter. Leaving his troops behind, Marek chases Joey deep into the deep forest of Inzam and finds himself alone. This is just the chance the Black Dragon squad has been waiting for, but Marek's not ready to give up yet. Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit and in the green. Let's get everyone on board and welcome back to YuGiOh, the Falsebound Kingdom. Let's see, now, Taya might actually be fairly handy in this one, but it really does depend. Let's edit that. So, some of those copies of Yami we got might actually come in very handy as we face our main opponent, the Winged Dragon of Ra. Yep, that's right, we are facing one hell of a powerful opponent. It's gonna be tough. This is where we get Ra, but no one in Joey's story can actually use it. Oh well. This team might be able to hold out alright, we will see what happens. Let's get on with our final battle against the Imperial Order. Let's take down Team Ishtar once and for all. Hey, Marek! This is the end of line! Man, I know they think I'm uneducated. These guys definitely don't proofread. It's time you taste the pain you've inflicted on so many others!
I'll say this for you. It was a pretty good plan for a bunch of small-time thieves like you.
For a bunch of
But you must be running low on brain power if you think you stand a chance against me.
Brain power! Stand a chance against me!
Clive, you're out of sync again!
Sorry, boss!
Don't be ridiculous, Clive. There's no apologizing. How am I supposed to maintain my demonic evil composure if all my voices aren't in harmony? We are supposed to sound like the voice of the Legion, Clive, and you keep coming in late.
I'll do better, boss.
That's not good enough, Clive. You know what happens if you don't get this right.
I'm sorry about this, Joey. Clive is an idiot. He's always running late, ruining the image. Anyway, do you hear it yet? Do you hear the heartbeat of the Great One? We can all look forward to an eternity of never-ending pain now. He's almost here.
So, we have to beat Marek. If Joey loses, that's it. We just have to beat Marek, who is our only opponent with the Winged Dragon of Ra at level 99. Let's secure the surrounding area. I'm not going to send Joey straight in, because that would be kind of dangerous. So Ra comes at us with 10 AP. It has standard hit everyone very hard and hit one opponent hard. Now, I actually think it might be a good idea for Malairika to go against him with Tau the Chanter. We basically just have to send people out as sacrifices, but we might as well get a few items along the way. So, we'll meet the Winged Dragon of Ra, and we'll wait for Marek to get his multiple voices into line. The Winged Dragon of Ra made its international debut as a Shonen Jump promo and has reappeared alongside its fellow gods several times. In Japan, it debuted as a V-Jump promo card. Compared to the other two, Ra really got the short end of the stick when it was released in the actual card game, compared to the anime where it was totally broken. Its ability regarding its attack was changed, so you now pay life points until you have 100 left, and the amount you paid becomes its attack. Bad luck if you actually want to blow up a monster with its other effect. You don't get to do that. Ra does have a good amount of support cards, which is probably because they made it so terrible, like its Sphere and Phoenix modes, which are put into individual cards, and they can make it actually useful. Now, speaking of useless, no one in Joey's story can actually use this, so you'll have to wait for Yugi, Kaiba, or Ishizu to turn up again.
You can never defeat me! And I'll tell you why. Because I know that the Great One is real, and he's on my side. That's what he promised me, and that's what I got! Ultimate power! Behold!
We get the fancy music, Marek winds up sounding like Zant, and the winged dragon of Ra appears from Sphere mode. We don't get it stuck in Sphere mode, which is a pain. We actually have to fight the thing at full power. But there we are, very dramatic summoning animation for a monster that none of us can use. Alright. Yep, it's fancy, I guess. They're showing off the fact that this is, in some ways, considered the top god. In some cases, Obelisk was actually the stronger. But I've sent Giselle in because some of his monsters are Knight Adept. We get our funky battlefield, though. So, we'll start off by shooting it right in the groin with Dharma Cannon. Wow, funky blue. So, I'll just have to hit it as hard as I can. Or miss. That works too. So I'll probably have Creole do a fair bit of attacking and keep Illusionist Faceless Mage on healing. Because if I can stop Ra from using its main attack, then we should be fine. Why is it attacking Dharma Cannon? Nobody likes Dharma Cannon. Woof. Better keep Dharma Cannon healthy. Maybe it's because it can KO Dharma Cannon in a couple of shots. But yeah, Giselle's basically just going to be here to soften it up. If you've got a good enough team with high enough action points, you can handle Ra fairly well. We'll wait. I don't even know which one it winds up going for. It's still going for Dharma Cannon. It does not like Dharma Cannon. You need monsters with really good HP against this thing, in all fairness. Yeah, this could be a little trickier than I thought, but mostly I'm waiting until Ra starts using up its AP. Because maybe... Alright, so it's definitely got a really big hate. Is Dharma Cannon actually? It is not the strongest monster on my team. Ra obviously just hates it. Alright, well I'll just have Dharma Cannon attack and Illusionist Faceless Mage can stick with healing for a little bit. Since Ra's going to wind up trying to kill it no matter what I do with Dharma Cannon. Yeah, it must be annoyed about the fact that Dharma Cannon took away its special attack. So this might take you 1 or 2 tries depending on the team you've got. I can't tell where it... It's gone for Creole this time, okay. That's fair enough. That's a pretty hefty hit. Just chip away at it. It's slow but steady. Creole might be able to survive one more attack. But at the same time, I don't really want to press my luck. Then again, what would it be like if I didn't? This is bad. it immediately wound up being not... well... bugger. Didn't I learn from Yugi's story? Don't taunt the gods! You don't taunt the gods and you don't taunt the chickens. And this is both. It's a gigantic god chicken. You don't taunt the god chicken. This is what Cuckoos worship. Okay, I taunted the god chicken. I should not have taunted the god chicken. I paid for taunting the god chicken. Alright, so it's wasted all its AP using its special attack. Right, let's just get Joey in here. Don't taunt the chickens. For heaven's sake, man. Well, we can at least do a bit of extra damage. I didn't want too much paralysis being unleashed, ultimately, because that would leave it with a whole lot of AP afterwards. And then... yeah, Marek has definitely won that one because he killed 2 of my team. But then again, what do we expect? Giselle's going to die in the next episode anyway. I mean, at least we got some damage out of the Night Adept team. Well, there we are. Kriawall tried. Alright, Giselle, back away. And we'll get Joey in to take care of this. Well, we did a good job, all things considered. Ra is slowly going to be recovering HP, but now Joey can wind up taking the fight directly to it. And Rocket Warrior will be able to keep applying the pressure. I probably could have chosen a better team. And slowly but surely, the dawn is approaching. If we rotate the camera, well, it's still 9. But it is approaching, and now we can take down Marek. This should work. Alright, pile on the damage. Once we get proper level 99 teams, we'll really be able to dish it out. And once I actually have teams with decent HP on top of that. If you come into a battle against a god, in Yugi's story, and you've got Mai with the Harpy team, it is entirely possible that Mai will be able to just wipe them out before they can do anything because her monsters keep paralyzing the opponent. Alright, so we'll hit hard with Axe Raider. Garuzas can heal Axe Raider because last time was a fiasco. And Rocket Warrior will just keep the confusion on, and we'll have this done in no time. Yeah, Giselle's team was good, but it's not great. Joey's team is a fair bit better. Once you really set your teams, everything goes a lot more smoothly. You get that full compatibility up, and bam, you'll get some really, really good teams. And did we do it? Nope. Alright, rocket boost attack. You got boost power. There we go. And we get some fairly solid experience out of it too. A victory well won. So that is pretty much all that chapter is.
No! I've been tricked! None of it was true! What a joke! My great one is nothing more than a cheap imitation!
Marek!
Go ahead! Laugh! What a fool I've been! Laugh! Leave me! What a fool! Go and live life! At least until the real Great One really does come. At least until the real Great One really... Clive! You're out of sync again!
That was Barry!
I don't care. I'm too depressed from being beaten. You survived this time, Clive. And Barry. But don't worry, I'll get you two in line, or else.
And that is the story of how Marek wound up being defeated and Yugi and friends avoided a fearsome opponent. It's a pretty interesting adventure, but unfortunately, as we come to the last chapter of the Black Dragon Squad's adventures, we sadly know what's going to happen. Thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.